Welcome to Bible and Revelations, my friends. It is July 27th, 2024, and I've had a long day already, but I still have to work for another 12 hours. Anyway, let's get this going. Today, we're going on... Last week we were in Daniel, the book of Daniel, chapter 8. This week we're doing Genesis 33. And since I can't make more than 10 minutes of video, 10 to 12, depending on the quality of the recording, I'm just going to go until I'm finished, and I will post 2 or 3 episodes together today. So if I end in the middle of a sentence, you just pull up the next one in line, and I'll start that sentence right there. I don't know when it's going to cut off. I'm trying to address this and learn a different way to record these things. A lot of people record off their computer. I've been training to do that, but I've been real busy with my job, trying to make some money in the real estate, and etc., etc. So I will start to focus more on this as I can, and eventually I'll fix the format so you can have one episode. I want to make a lot of improvements pretty soon. I'm working on it. It might take 6 months, but I'm working on it. Meanwhile, you get the Bible. And Daniel, episode 67, probably A, B, and C. This is Daniel. I'm sorry. This is Genesis 33. Okay. Where we're at in Genesis is Isaac sent Jacob to the land of his family. Jacob goes to that land and meets Rachel at the well. She's very nice, very beautiful, and he asks her to meet her father. He goes there, asks for her hand in marriage, gives the father a bunch of gifts. Laban accepts and tells Jacob that he has to work for 7 years first. Then after 7 years, he saddles Jacob with Rachel's older sister, Leah. I'm sure she was beautiful too. The same genetics, But this disappointed Jacob, so he sets into a new deal to work another 7 years to get Rachel. Meanwhile, he's married to Leah. And everything Jacob touches is blessed and prospers. So eventually, Laban's children and his people become jealous, because everywhere Jacob goes, the flocks increase, the produce increases, there's plenty of water. Wherever he digs a hole, water squirts out. So they start vandalizing his properties and his animals. And after a while, Jacob fears for his life, and he sets out to leave. Laban chases him down, and then Jacob explains to him, that Laban has been unfair, and Laban's children and people were harassing him, and so he's leaving. And Laban fears that he knows that Jacob is protected and blessed by God. So out of that fear and respect, for Jehovah. He makes a covenant with Jacob that they part as friends. And Jacob continues on his journey. Then he's heading to his own land to see his brother Esau. And someone comes riding, one of his scouts come back and say, Esau's coming with 300 men. Jacob doesn't know what to think, but it looks like an army. So he separates his tribe into two pieces so that if half is killed, the other half will survive. Then he sends ahead of him sheep, goats, and I think it was oxen, as a bribe to sue for peace, and saying these are gifts from Jacob to Esau. And the other part of the tribe is gone a different direction, and they're going to hide, and hopefully Jacob will come to terms with Esau, and there will be no violence, and he'll send somebody to get them. Otherwise, they are to head out another direction. So, this is chapter Genesis 33, where Jacob meets Esau. I haven't read it in many years, so let's dive into this. Oh, I ordered a new concordance. Well, it's a couple hundred years old, but it's new to me. The actual book is about 50 years old, but the version is, I believe, from 1840 or around there. 18, yeah. It's 180 years old, maybe. Okay, Genesis 33. In time, Jacob raised his eyes and looked. Jacob meets and Esau meet. Jacob raised his eyes and looked, and here Esau was coming, and with him 400 men. My mistake, I thought it was 300. 400 men. Consequently, he divided off the children to Leah and to Rachel, and to the two maidservants. He had children from 4 women, apparently. Very healthy, vibrant young man. And he put the maidservants and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after them, and Rachel and Joseph to the rear of them. And he himself passed on ahead of them, and proceeded to bow down to the earth 7 times, until he got near to his brother. And Esau went running to meet him, and he began to embrace him, and fall upon his neck, and kiss him, and they burst into tears. Oh, good! It's a cheerful meeting. Esau was coming to show that he loved him and missed him. Then he raised his eyes and saw the women and the children, and said, "Who are these with you?" To which he said, "The children with whom God has favored your servant." At that the maidservants came forward, they and their children, and bowed down. And Leah too came forward, and her children, and they bowed down. And afterward Joseph came forward, and Rachel, and they bowed down. He now said, "What do you mean by all this camp of travelers that I have met?" To this he said, "In order to find favor in the eyes of my Lord." Then Esau said, "I have a great many, my brother. Let continue yours what is yours." However, Jacob said, "No, please. If now I have found favor in your eyes, then you must take my gift at my hand. Because in harmony with its purpose, I have seen your face, as though seeing God's face, in that you receive me with pleasure." So Jacob sent all this great wealth, the 3 herds, ahead of him in order to placate and sue for peace with Esau, because he didn't know why Esau was bringing 400 men with him. Esau realizes that Jacob was afraid, and he wants to tell him that this bribe is not necessary. What's yours is yours. I don't want any gifts. I just want my brother back. You receive me with pleasure. Take, please, the gift conveying my blessing, which was brought to you, because God has favored me, and because I have everything. And he continued to urge him, so that he took it. So Esau finally accepted the gift, because Jacob didn't need it. He says he's got plenty and he's rich. Later on he said, "Let us pull out and go, and let me go in advance of you." But he said to him, "My Lord is aware that the children are delicate, and sheep and cattle that are giving suck are in my charge. And should they drive them too quickly for one day, then the whole flock will certainly die. Let my Lord, please, pass on ahead of his servant. But may I myself continue the journey at my leisure, according to the pace of the livestock that is before me, and according to the pace of the children." Okay, he's telling Esau,